Season 13 of South Park. This is the one where South Park gets an extension, and also the first HDMI season of South Park. Starting with season 13, of course, South Park would eventually redo seasons 1 to 12 in HD. Best episode was Whale Whores, and then the worst episode is not applicable because I didn't really find any episodes bad in this season. I found a couple of average ones. Margaritaville, just an average episode. Randy introduces Stan to money, but then a recession hits. South Park, Eat, Pray, Queef, which is basically just the female equivalent to Terrence and Phillip, filled with queef humour for 22 minutes, which is hit or miss. Fish Sticks, which is the lampooning of Kanye West, his ego, his arrogance, and they basically deride him for being a gay fish, which Kanye sort of accepts. It was a really fucking hilarious episode, but nah. I don't know, something just didn't click with me for that episode. Pinewood Derby, in which Randy infuses Stan's Pinewood car with some sort of piece of alien technology, and it speeds off to space and discovers an alien race. And it's hilarious. You know, a lot of great humour, such as everyone deciding to nuke Finland because Finland will snitch on the world. It's like, oh, not the Finland. It's just amazing. And then they all try and use space cash just to... And the aliens come back and it's like, what have you done with space cash? Oh, nothing. Amazing. But yeah, again, something didn't click with me about the episode. I just felt like it was just too stupid. WTF, which was a parody. The kids go to a Raw live event, and instead of, they do this backyard wrestling bit, but it's mostly just parodying promos that the wrestlers would say. Eventually, Vince McMahon actually shows up in this episode. He's actually watching a performance of the kids' backstage wrestling, thinking, I'm going to sign them up for the WWE. Except one of the adults decides to get involved on this, calling it, fake wrestling, whatever. Yeah. Vince ends up taking a liking to this guy and tries to give him a WWE contract, which is, nice. I found it pretty average. I mean, I used to really love watching professional wrestling. From like 2008 to 2020. I stopped really after WrestleMania 36 because really it just looked... wrestling without a crowd is just fucking sad. And although companies like New Japan and AEW got away with having a very limited amount of crowd, seeing, the big boy, the WWE just have no fans for a WrestleMania and holding it in like the development studios of WWE in Orlando instead of having it in like the Raymond James Arena in I forgot where that arena is, but I do know the fucking owners and the team that plays there, the Bucks and the Glazers. They're in Tampa, isn't it? Tampa Bay? Oh no, it's not. I don't think it's Tampa. Fuck. Whatever. I'm sure someone will correct me about the Raymond James Arena. At least I know the arena and the owners and, stuff like that. And I knew that it was going to host WrestleMania 36, and it did host WrestleMania 37. If I'm wrong, let me know. Dances with Smurfs, just a very boring episode of Cartman just lampooning Wendy for 22 minutes. Nothing much else in that episode. The Ring, a beautiful parody on whatever Disney does, and it has a beautiful lampooning of the Jonas Bros, and a really fucking good song in the ring itself. I love just purity rings and all that shit. It's just amazing. Kenny getting a purity ring just so he can get sucked off by this girl in school who allegedly is a whore. So, and Kenny's all for it. He wants a blowy, but he ends up dying in the end. He ends up like getting syphilis or some shit from this girl, which is fucking hilarious to see. You know, he wanted this fucking blowjob. Kenny dying for the cause. Amen, brother. Amen. The Coon, in which we get introduced to the superhero alter ego of Cartman, and he is jealous of Kenny's superhero alter ego in Mysterion, and they have a fight. So yeah, it's very much a parody on Batman vs Superman in a way. Fatbeard, in which is a parody on the whole Somalia piracy thing, and obviously a pun on Blackbeard, you know, Fatbeard. And Cartman ends up taking over the Somalia pirate industry, and the boys end up getting saved by the US military. So, yay. Dead celebrities, in which the ghost of Michael Jackson ends up taking over and possessing Ike, and a whole lot of other dead celebrities come back, such as a Tupac hologram coming back to try and take down Michael Jackson. And in the end, all these dead celebrities just want to fly off somewhere in limbo. They're literally like on a plane, but it hasn't even set off or anything, and they can't even go for like a piss or a shit. They're literally stuck waiting for Michael Jackson. It's just hilarious. Butters Bottom Bitch, in which Butters gets his first kiss and becomes a pimp. Just seeing Butters, you know, just innocent as he is, become a pimp is just hilarious. Whale Horse, my favourite episode of this season, was just basically about whaling. And I just think it's really a funny episode in which the Japanese, allegedly because of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the atomic bombings, they believe that a dolphin and a whale was the main cause of it, and they're just like, dolphin and whale, this is an outrage, we will avenge our fallen comrades, and stuff like that. And eventually, because due to the amazing technology, Photoshop, Stan wants to like save the whales and the dolphins, whereas Cartman really couldn't give a shit, but he joins in anyway because why not? And the Japanese are obviously being the dickheads who are whaling, you know, whales and dolphins. Eventually, Kyle photoshops and ends up being chicken and cow, and the Japanese are like, chicken and cow? You're dolphin and whale? As a scapegoat. And eventually they come around to America, and they literally go around killing a whole bunch of cows and chicken, and it's just funny at the end with Randy going, son, now the Japanese are normal like us. I fucking love that. Fucking amazing. And I just love some of the more just hilariously morbid shots of like Stan's photo with like this this dead dolphin in the water, just with this innocent look of sorrow just in a photo. It's just like, oh, it's beautiful how they got that framed. The F word, in which it's basically a lot of these idiots, they come around, they're driving around in Harleys. Cartman ends up calling them faggots, which is obviously a massive insult to the gay community. But they try and legalize a way to get it into like the dictionary, such as faggots being for obnoxiously annoying Harley riders. the whole thing is just a parody on, these idiots with, that like to make, driving around in their cars or their bikes or their Harleys, and they're just basically just being loud as fuck. And P, in which it's a parody on disaster movies, is basically everyone takes a piss on in this park, and it ends up just becoming like over flooded with piss, and it's just funny episode, but just disgusting. Really fucking, really fucking disgusting. Like ew, ew, fucking piss, disgusting.